Hello, my name is Ilona and I'm going to do a summary of my Dutch video. Of course, I've done the shuffling and the card readings in my Dutch video if you want to see that. I actually started just mentioning a few things happening, of course, in the USA, the Federal Bureau, the corruption that is going on is really coming out, of course, concerning what happened with Mr. T recently, but also with Mr. T in Russia. We know Durham is coming, but a lot of things are coming out now that the person that apparently gave the information to the Federal Bureau, they knew it wasn't true, they pursued it anyway, and they actually paid him for that as well. So interesting things are coming out. In the Netherlands, I saw something from, that was on TV, a clip, that people do not want to take any more stings, and we're actually talking about damage caused by the stings. Very interesting, that's on the Dutch media. I think we're going to see more and more of those things. And I just really applaud for that. I'm very happy that people are going to talk about it and that there are things changing in the media worldwide. There's still a lot need to be changed, but things are starting to come out. Also, what I thought was brilliant to read was that the governor of Florida decided to send 2 planes to Martha Vineyard with people that have entered the country. Also, 2 buses from Texas were brought to Kamala, so I'm sure that she truly appreciated that. But I thought that was a great thing to do. They should face their consequences as well for what they've been doing, for the policies, for these letting all these people in. We have the same issue here in the Netherlands and just everywhere around Europe, and I think worldwide there are a lot of issues with a lot of people just coming in, and it's really to destabilize the country and the society. Of course, this is now about showing people, so people starting to realize what's really going on, and I think it is a good thing. Actually, the first card reading I did was about Sweden. There have been, of course, voting in Sweden, and now the Prime Minister will resign, because the right side has won instead of the left side where she was a part of. So a lot of things are changing there, and I just wanted to take a look at the energy. The first card I've got is the Eight of Swords. We've got the central card, the High Priest. In the past, we have the 3 of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Swords underneath the central card. And for the near future, we have the 4 of Cups and the Sun. So a lot of things are going to come out. This is really about dark energies. This is really feeling you can't go anywhere, you're powerless. So I think a lot of things are going to come out from maybe what's been going on now. And it wouldn't surprise me as well if, especially with the new government that will be formed, that things will come out as well, because the dark energies have infiltrated both sides, so the left and the right side. So things, I think more and more is going to be shown, especially with the Queen of Swords. Is about using discernment in Sweden just to see what is really going on, what is true, what isn't true. But I think a lot of things, especially about that dark agenda, is going to come out. Maybe because there is a change, things can come out now, because there will be more investigations going on. Let's just say that a lot of governments stopped a lot of investigations in certain things they didn't want to be investigated, and I think that could change. But for the near future, it's going to feel very, how do you say this? A lot of people are going to wake up, are going to see something's very wrong. It doesn't feel right. The 4 of Cups is about, you know, dissatisfaction with what's going on, what the country is being heading towards. But this will be a breakthrough. The sun will be coming out, so people will be waking up, realizing what's really going on, and that will be a breakthrough. A new energy will come in. So in Sweden, a lot of agendas have been rolled out there as well, especially from the dark energy. So a lot of things need to happen there as well to wake up and to show people that these agendas may look fine on the outside, but the true agenda behind it, the dark energies, there's something very sinister going on. It has completely different effects where the dark energies want to head towards, with all these gender policies and things like that. So I think more and more is going to come out in Sweden about that. So the second card reading I did was about the air traffic. Well, especially here in the Netherlands and in Belgium, I'm getting a lot of messages from people talking about all these military warcrafts, and there's so much going on in the sky and in the air. And I just wanted to look what the energy is of that situation of the air traffic. We have the Knight of Cups. The central card is the Five of Swords. In the past we have the Seven of Pentacles. Underneath the Five of Swords we have the Magician. And then for the near future we have the Hermit. And we have the Four of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And I got them both at the same time. So that's very interesting. So to me, there's still some fighting going on underground, above ground. So I think there's still fighting going on. This is a very grim card. So they're still working towards things. But I also believe it's putting people in positions. They need to be in a certain position. So I think this is a white hat operation. I'm sure there's still some dark energy somewhere in the armies and militaries, and I'm sure they're taking care of that as well. But this is about, how do you say this, getting humanity back in power, in control again, away from the dark energies. So they are really being placed in positions to make sure if something happens, they can, step up when the time is right for that. And we have, let's see, we have the Hermit for that, and the Four of Swords. I also remember I mentioned something about dates. We of course are heading towards the Monday, when of course burial will take place. A lot of people are expecting things happening then. We have the 24th of September. This is going around because Merz, I think his name is, mentioned this in the Bundestag. That's in Germany Parliament. He mentioned that something's going to happen the 24th of September. Well, this is from a speech that was made in February 2022, and it was about the 24th of February 2022 when Russia invaded the Ukraine. That's actually what he was talking about. But apparently he said September instead of February. We don't know if it was done on purpose or not, or if it really was an accident when he mentioned that. We just don't know. We have to wait and see. But I've noticed a lot of people still sending this around, this clip, without knowing when this was said, and actually thinking this was said last week. It's not. It's from February 2022. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I mentioned that in my Dutch video as well, that I really don't look at a date. They're not going to say or tell us exactly when things are going to happen, of course, because otherwise the dark energies will know as well. You have to just keep that quiet. The dark energies are throwing out dates as well. I've mentioned this in a video I made last week, that they purposely do that to confuse people and to have them, a certain feeling of disappointment, despair. Nothing's going to happen. They purposely throw out dates. So don't look at a certain day. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. So most of us are prepared. We'll just have to wait and see. We know things are going to happen. Even here, we can see most likely if the military will step up, there's going to be restrictions. So this will maybe even have to do with something like health-wise, or something, maybe the Third World War they're kind of waging right now. Could be that we have to remain at home, because especially when the militaries are going to take care of things, what the 17th letter in the alphabet mentioned, things can happen. So we need to make sure that, we're not in the way. And this is about a completely new beginning, because that's what this is about. So when they do, when they are activated, it will be to bring in a new beginning. And it will at the same time, most of us will be staying at home then. It's necessary that we're not in the way. So the air traffic is happening. I believe there's still some fighting going on, but it's also putting them in position There are still things going on underneath the ground and above us, which we are not allowed to see. So sometimes the entire sky is clogged up. There's a reason for that as well, so we don't see certain things. And of course, a lot of people, and I see, I'm starting to see more and more in the skies, especially at night as well. So take a look up if you're awake in the middle of the night. Maybe you'll see things, because they're showing themselves more. The off-worlders that are helping us, they're showing themselves more and more. The last topic was a tough topic for me, especially here in the Netherlands. More and more things are coming out about the protection of our youth, the policies to have children away from their homes, placed somewhere else, or placed in government facilities, organizations. I've talked about this before. There are still 1,675 missing children. It had to do with the tax affair that's been going on here. A lot of people they were supposed to, this is very confusing to just explain this very quickly. I've done that in another video. It has to do with taxes. They paid according into the certain part of the tax. They thought that they were committing fraud. So they immediately asked return of certain money that they've gotten from the taxpayers for childcare, things like that. And of course, these people couldn't pay them. So there were a lot of problems, and this led to a lot of children placed out of the homes, because they couldn't, raise them anymore. There was no money for these children, or this situation was getting out of control. And now we know that the people at the Dutch IRS there was no basis for assuming that there was fraud. So this was based on nothing. So they're trying to reverse everything. They're trying to give back money, but a lot of horrible things happen because of that. And these children are still missing. They don't know where these children are. So our government actually said, some children have changed their names and they're in organizations. We don't know where they are. It's insane. It's insane. They know what you're doing. They know what you've been doing last week on a Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They know exactly where you are. They know if you've paid something, if you've got something, or eating something, but they have no clue where those children are. It's mind-boggling in a horrible way. It just makes me so angry that this is even happening, but it's necessary, because this has been happening for a long time, the things they've been doing to children. There's also a documentary now here in the Netherlands that's talking about all these horrific things going on in the Netherlands in youth care. And I just wanted to take a look at the energies there. And the first card I have is the Queen of Swords. The central card is the Queen of Wands. In the past, very suitable, we have the Devil. Underneath the Queen of Wands, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups in the future, the near future. So to me, this is a white hat operation now. They are going to show what's been going on. It's necessary. People need to understand what happened to the children, what's been going on in these organizations by the government, and horrible things have been going on. And obviously this is in the past. Of course, the dark energies really created this system in the Netherlands, but worldwide, all these systems to get their hands on children, to make sure they could disappear or things happening to them. And that needs to be brought in the open, but they're doing it in phases. So now they're really looking at the what's going on with the organizations when children are placed in homes, foster care, or organizations, what's going on there. There are horrendous things happening there, and I think it will lead to what's really been going on, but it will be in phases. This is about truth coming out. We have the King and the Queen of Swords. This is about truth. This is about what's really been going on. This is necessary for people to understand. We cannot heal if we don't know what's been really been going on. And this is so important. This is what this war is about ultimately. It's a spiritual war. It's about our soul. It's about our energy, but it's about the children. This is massive. That is so important. A lot of things are going to happen. I think more and more coming out, probably in the Netherlands, worldwide, really about children, what's been going on with children. This is the children card. So this is really necessary, and the white hats are behind this to show people, to also so things can change. This entire system, at least in the Netherlands, and I'm sure worldwide, has to change. Worldwide, 8 million children disappear every year. Every year. Where are they? How come they know everything about us? They know exactly what we're doing, when we're doing, what we're buying, when, everything, but they don't know where these children are. Or what has happened to these children. This is so important. So I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video.